Hello to the Filipino and the global gunpla and figurized standard community. Welcome back to the Mobile Suit Hanger for another review. Today we are going to take a look at the figurized standard Kamen Rider Kabuto. If you guys don't know it yet, I'm a big fan of Kamen Rider. And Kamen Rider Kabuto is actually my favorite series. And I must say, the figurized standard Kamen Rider Kabuto is a fairly accurate representation of the character. So for this review, we'll take a look at each of the accessories and gimmicks from the masked form down to the rider form, then to the articulation and my final thoughts. So let's get started. First off, let's talk about the Kabuto Kunai Gun. It has 3 different modes. First is the gun mode, second is the axe mode, and lastly is the kunai mode, which I'll show you guys later. When you're using the kunai gun on axe mode or kunai mode, expect that this will be wobbly and might not stay in place since this weapon has a round handle. And another disappointing thing about this is that you don't have a holding hand. This is the same trigger finger to handle the gun mode, so... Alright, now let's move on to the rider form. Cast off.
Cast off.
To transform Kamen Rider Kabuto into the rider mode, you have to remove the Kabuto Zector from the belt and replace it with another Kabuto Zector, which is the transformed version. As you saw earlier in real life, the Kabuto Zector opens its hatch for the transformed mode, but this accessory is too small for a model kit to have the same gimmicks, so Bandai decided to parts form the Zector. The next step is to remove this red part on the shoulder.
One eternity later.
Yeah, I know, this is absolutely tough to remove. Next, remove this black piece and move on to the actual shoulder armors. Be careful though, because if you repeatedly put on and take off the shoulder armor, you might accidentally break the pegs. Next, remove the bicep armor, and as you can see, it is not snugly fit. It always falls off every time. And then remove the manipulator, remove the wrist, and the forearm guard. And just do the same to the other arm. Remove the V-fin of the helmet and remove the helmet parts. Next, we remove the body armor. And yes, another parts forming gimmick. So you have to remove the mouthpiece and replace it with the mouthpiece with the Kabuto antenna. And here you have the rider form. As you can see, I painted the silver parts on the head, the torso, the forearms, and the shin. And you already know me by now, guys. I absolutely hate stickers, especially for this kit. Aside from the manipulators of the mask form, you have open hands, you have closed fists. And here you have another open hand for holding what we call the Zect Miser. According to Kamen Rider lore, this weapon loads tiny autonomous drones called Miser bombers. So in the Gundam universe, this is like your fin funnels. Next accessory is this. This is the third Kabuto Zector. So yeah, the horn also moves up and down, and this is the only Zector that can open its wings. And can you use it on the belt as well? The answer is yes. And the next accessory that we're going to look at is the final form of the Kunai Gun, which is the Kunai mode. And yes, you just have to remove this piece right here. As you can see, I painted it and attach this gold piece. And I also painted it because, again, I hate stickers. And the only manipulator that can hold this is the trigger finger, and yeah, it has the same problems. One thing I also like about Figure Eye Standard Kamen Rider kits is that you get a stand and effect parts. And for us to attach the effect parts, you just clip it on the foot. And look at that effect part. It really looks nice when you get it to this pose. Last but not the least, Kamen Rider Kabuto is not going to be Kamen Rider Kabuto without this manipulator. So definitely he can do his signature pose. As for articulation, the head moves up and down like so. You have side-to-side tilt, you have side-to-side rotation as well, and all the way around since the head is connected by a double ball joint. Arm moves all the way around. The shoulder moves independently like so, and the arm can move up that far. You have bicep rotation. You have a forward and back movement of the shoulder. You have the bend at the elbow. You have swivel at the wrist. You have the ab crunch. And you also have the side-to-side movement of the torso. Twisting motion at the torso. The kick all the way up. The bend at the knee. Thigh rotation. Twisting motion at the ankle. And the foot can move up and down like so. And before I get to the final thoughts, this kit absolutely has the worst gate placements on the glossy parts. Final thoughts about this kit. The Figure Eye Standard Kamen Rider Kabuto definitely has its own highlights and lowlights. Aside from the horrible sticker reliability and weak holding hands for the Kabuto Kunai, I suppose Bandai should have undergated the glossy parts. But other than that, this is a very poseable Kamen Rider kit. But I guess I'd have to say the Figure Eye Standard Kamen Rider Faiz would win the match if it's about the bang for your buck. Well, I'm an absolute Kamen Rider Kabuto fan, so I'm still thankful I have this on my collection. That's it for this review. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!